Hello, welcome to Local Anaesthetic Podcast, the most trusted name in local news. My name is Alex, and joining us, as always, on this very special Christmas episode is Rob. How are you, Rob?
Ho, ho, ho! Merry festive period!
It was sort of slightly aggressive, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, good, I'm glad.
Sort of intimidating, a bit threatening. How are you?
Yeah, I'm well, actually, yeah. Looking forward to the Christmas break. I'm at the stage of the month where I'm literally counting down the hours until I go on leave, which is at this point in time, 17.4.
Right. What are you on leave from Friday or?
Yeah, from 1 o'clock on Friday.
It's a very interesting time to go off on leave, Rob. But anyway, we'll leave that there.
It's a half day.
Right.
That's all it is.
Yeah. Anyway, look, as listeners can probably tell, I have come down with a cold. I've been very unfortunate because I had the flu only a few weeks ago. I came out at the end of that, and obviously my immune system was quite low, and I've now got a cold. But look, Rob, the show must go on. This is the only time really we could record, and we should tell the listeners after this. There's going to be a little bit of a hiatus to the new year. This is your Christmas episode, but Rob and I are both busy. Recording will be very difficult, so probably a 2-week gap for another episode, I'd imagine, something like that, Rob.
I would say so, yeah, that sounds about right.
But we'll be back in full force in 2020. Rob, is there any news before we crack on with this episode?
So a few bits of news. First of all, thank you to those who had submitted themes after I put the call out. So we have
this is themes to spell the word anaesthetic at the end of the episode.
It is, yes.
Good. We've got lots of submissions.
Yeah, so there's plenty on which to dwell. Also, Amy just says, just wants to thank you for the birthday shout out.
It was literally a birthday shout out. Did it wake her up?
No, she does say, thankfully, I'm not old enough to piss the bed yet, which is always nice to know. And also, Steve has submitted a Star Wars question that he'd like you to answer.
Because obviously, okay. I'm going to see, Rob, The Rise of Skywalker on Thursday, because I'm on leave from Thursday, and I'm going to see it at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know why I didn't just do a morning showing, just to do it as early as possible, but I just felt morning didn't sit right with me. I felt that wouldn't be appropriate. So I'm going at something like 1 in the afternoon, and then I'm going again on the weekend. Okay,
that sounds good. He says, where do these atrocities sit on the official Star Wars timeline? And there's I have to say, Steve, I'm not sure we got this image, but it's incredibly low resolution. But it's a picture of what I'm assuming is a DVD cover with Star Wars Ewok Adventures.
Yep.
So there's the Caravan of Courage.
Yeah, there were two made for TV movies, yes. Two of them. One was called Caravan of Courage. I can't remember what the other one was called. They were really literally made for TV. I think they were made after Return of the Jedi. I don't really know why they were made. I mean, they're kind of interesting if you like seeing more of Ewoks, but they are very, very poor movies.
Are they canon?
I think technically, yes, they are. But nothing happens. Nothing in them really happens outside of the forest moon of Endor where the Ewoks live. I mean, it doesn't really have any permutations or any repercussions on the rest of the Star Wars galaxy, if you know what I mean.
Right. Well, I mean, I think it's only a matter of time. I mean, I think they've already announced that the next set of films will move away from the original trilogy. So we can only hope that it's very Ewok focused.
I'd have no problem with that. I like the Ewoks. Rob, any other news?
No, I think that's it. Yeah.
Right. Let's get on with it. Now I've got a confession to make, Rob.
Okay, go ahead.
Despite my best attempts at looking for some, not one of my stories is Christmas themed on this Christmas themed episode.
Thank God for that. I mean, first of all, I've got Christmas themed stories, so
brilliant.
That's fine. I can carry the can. What I thought you were about to say is you couldn't find a single local story.
Well, no, I do have some local stories. Although I do, my first story, Rob, is from India. And it's a brilliant story. I've got quite a few very little bitty stories that all need to be read out. This is from India, Rob.
Lovely.
And it's from the Times of News, which is reports on stories in India. And just as we lead into this story, I should explain, in case for anybody who doesn't know, because I didn't know, I had to look it up, because it's important in understanding this story. what a paramour is. Do you know what a paramour is?
Is it? I have a feeling it's something that you share an affinity with. Is that right?
Kind of. It's a lover, but especially the illicit partner of a married person. So think of it a bit like a mistress or the male equivalent. Yeah?
Right, okay.
It's important in understanding this story. So this took place in Gorakhpur. So this is a story, Rob, from the Times of News. No journalist listed.
The paper's called The Times of News?
Yes. Times of
right.
News.
Okay, sorry, Alex, go ahead.
In a bizarre incident, a woman ran away from an eggless marriage, Rob, after she was allegedly being denied eggs by her husband in Uttar Pradesh's Gorakhpur district. An eggless marriage, Rob. All of our worst nightmares.
I have to say, the simplicity of that, I think may have to make it the episode title, An Eggless Marriage.
We've got to have a Christmas-themed episode title, sure.
Oh,
Rob,
yeah, maybe.
But let's see. According to police, the woman who lives in... I can't actually pronounce that, so I won't try. Had earlier eloped with her paramour, so she'd eloped with this other guy, basically, from her marriage 4 months ago. And after she returned, she told the police that her husband did not give her eggs to eat, and that made her upset, and that's why she left. The woman fought with her husband on Saturday for eggs and once again ran away from her home. Since her paramour was also not at his house, it is believed that the two might have eloped together. The husband is a daily wage labourer and said that he can't afford to buy eggs every day for the family. He also alleged that his wife's beloved, so this man she was seeing on the side, took advantage of her weakness for eggs and started bringing them daily.
Oh God! Just imagine if I had a marriage where I could satisfy my wife with eggs. Also, please don't crop that. Don't cut off the with eggs. Don't crop it down to where I could satisfy my wife. I just want to make that absolutely
Giving me ideas for the end of the episode, Rob. Anyway, he says, the husband, she was fond of eggs and her paramour regularly bought eggs for her. So, I mean, look, anybody out there, you might want to ask your partner right now, do you really like eggs? Because then at least you can sort of get on it straight away rather than suffering the fate of this poor bastard.
Do you think he used to just turn up to their house and just stand by the window and just seductively kiss the egg or lick the egg?
Yeah, I think he used to slip thin fried eggs under the door, Rob.
Is that euphemism?
Scrambled eggs through the letterbox.
Of course. Yeah, you have to. Also, let's face it, he was obviously opening her eyes to the wonders of eggs. So, the possibilities are
eggless. Rob, shut up. Rob, I've never asked you this question, but are you a fan of eggs?
I do like an egg.
So do I. How do you like them? Do you like them poached, scrambled, or fried?
Oh, that's a good question, Alex. I do like a fried egg. I don't mind a poached egg. Hard boiled on occasions. I'm also partial to a pickled egg, I have to say.
Do you mind if the yolk is runny, or do you like it hard?
No, I prefer it. I prefer it runny.
Really? Right. Because some people won't eat a runny egg.
Why would you not? Come on, Alex. Everyone knows if you're gonna have a boiled egg, you have to have white bread with proper butter, made into soldiers.
Some people won't eat runny eggs at all because, of course, they're worried that it's not been cooked all the way through, which it hasn't.
Well, Alex, those people are perverts.
Rob, listen. I've got another little story here. This is in the Leicestershire Live. It's just a lovely little, small, very typical local anaesthetic story, which we have to really include at the end of the year. High on intrigue, low on details, leaves you wanting more. It's by Dan Martin from the Leicestershire Live. Man attempts to arrest judge mid-hearing in bizarre Leicester courtroom encounter.
Sorry, he attempted to arrest the judge?
Yes, this is from the 30th of November, and I should have mentioned earlier, by the way, for the fastidious amongst you, we are recording today on the 17th of December. Yeah, he tried to arrest the judge, apparently. A man attempted to arrest a judge in a bizarre courtroom encounter. Nigel Little began reading District Judge Nick Watson his rights and accused him, Rob, of treason.
Amazing.
I know.
Absolutely amazing.
The case at Leicester Magistrates Court on Thursday took a strange turn as District Judge Watson attempted to explain to the 48-year-old he could not help him with an application for defence costs. Mr. Little, who had refused requests to remove his woolly hat in court, informed the hearing he was a freeman of the land.
Right. Well, I mean, up into the outcome of the court hearing, yeah.
The judge attempted to explain to Mr. Little that he had to go up the road to the Crown Court in Wellington Street instead to resolve his application, which prompted Mr. Little to say, "You need to be at the Crown Court. Walk yourself into a mental institution. Are you under oath? You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to remain silent." Literally, Rob, the ramblings of a madman. District Judge Watson cut him off again to tell him he was in the wrong place. Mr. Little then responded, "Do you understand? It's treason. Hung, drawn and quartered." The judge ended the hearing with a polite, "Thank you very much, Mr. Little."
Nice.
Mr. Little originally said he did not know why he had come to the court, but he then said he wanted to reclaim costs incurred in 3 previous trips from his home in wherever it was, for an unspecified case. So he just basically turned up to the court, didn't really know why, made these demands on the judge, then said that then tried to arrest the judge and accused him of treason, and then went home, Rob, and probably had a nice pickled egg.
Hopefully so.
Now, this is a great story. It reminds me of a story we had very recently, actually. This is from Brazil, Rob.
Ooh.
The website that I got this from is 7news.com.au, which I assume is an Australian website. It's by Alex Chapman from Friday the 13th of December. I didn't know we had a Friday the 13th this month. It passed me by.
Yeah, it was last... I do feel it's slightly pathetic that it fell on the day directly after the election.
Oh, but, really? Fucking hell. Yes, we haven't actually even mentioned that yet, Rob, have we?
Yeah, let's not.
A 43-year-old man has been arrested in northern Brazil, Rob, for dressing up as his mum to take her driving test for her. And I do have the pictures. It's quite disturbing. I encourage everybody to look up Brazilian man arrested after dressing up as his mother to take driving test for her. That's the headline.
Can I just ask, was it better than the gangland boss who tried to sneak out of prison dressed as his daughter?
Well, what, with that weird prosthetic mask?
Yeah.
Yes, because this person hasn't worn a mask. But still.
Right, okay.
But anyway, when Hita Shave, I don't know the name, 6-year-old mother kept failing her driving test, he decided he would step in, donning a floral dress, sparkling painted nails, fresh makeup and a wig. He buckled himself into the driver's seat of his mum's car. It appeared to be working before the instructor became suspicious. The instructor noticed the woman on the ID didn't exactly bear a striking resemblance to the woman in front of her, so she raised the alarm. He tried to be as natural as possible. He wore lots of makeup with his nails nicely done and wore women's jewellery, instructor Aline Mandonca told Brazilian outlet G1. The police were called and he was arrested at the driving school for fraud and misuse of someone's identity. He confessed that he wasn't the woman in question, but the son, her son who was trying to pass as his mum so that she would be able to pass her practical driving test. I really do encourage people to look at the pictures.
Okay. So firstly, can I just say, if she's got to 60 and has failed to pass her test up until this point, I don't think driving's for you, love.
There is that.
Just
we
get the
don't
bus.
know, Rob, we don't know. This might have been her first attempt. You're implying that she's been trying to do this for like 40 years.
Alex, she's got a car.
Hey?
He drove her car. That's what you said. He got into her car.
No, I think the instructor's car.
Oh, is that what it was?
Well, how could she have her car if she didn't have a driver's licence?
Well, that's why I was confused.
Listen, Rob, I just want to end this little segment because we are coming to the end of the year, and because this is Local Anaesthetic Podcast, and we've featured many lists over the years from local news outlets.
Oh,
I do
lovely.
have to include another one, but it's not from a local news outlet. I can't remember where I came across this. I think I came across it on Twitter, but it is well worth reading out because it's just a classic staple kind of story from Local Anaesthetic. It's from a website called I can't actually see what the website is called, but it was reprinted in a lot of places, so you can find it. Headline: 10 strange objects, Rob, found up
A rectum?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm going to go through 10 of these, Rob. But before I do, you could surely guess a few. I'm going to give you three guesses.
Okay, right. Let's think about this. Now, it's not a Christmas-related story, is it?
No,
Just
it
to
isn't.
clarify.
Because I did say,
fine.
Rob, at the beginning, I don't have any Christmas-related stories. So a Christmas tree is not one of the answers.
Just to say that all my stories, bar one, are all Christmas-related. But that's fine. Anyway, so a toy action figure.
Hang on a minute. Okay, I'm going to give you that because a toy car was.
Okay.
Yes, was one of them. But well done.
The nozzle of a Hoover.
No.
A light bulb.
No, and I'm just disturbed as what you get up to at home, Rob, but I'm going to go through this list.
I was curious.
Okay, a key. I don't understand how that would even, be thought of as remotely pleasurable.
I can understand that.
Do you think
I don't think it is, Alex. I think someone's gone out realising that, unfortunately...
They haven't got any pockets.
Exactly. So you want to secrete it in something that's going to keep it nice and safe and warm and potentially sticky. Perfect place.
Rob, have you ever used your rectum as a makeshift pocket when you've not had pockets? And if so, for what?
All I'm saying, Alex, when you're on a night out and you get to the end of the night and realise that you have no money left over for a bag of chips, sometimes you just need to secrete one of those new £5 notes in somewhere safe.
Okay. I love.
They're wiped clean, Alex.
Oh, they are. I love this second one, Rob. I love it. Not for the first item, but for the second item that went with it. There are two items I'm going to tell you that were up somebody's rectum at the same time. And the second one, well, I'll just read it to you. So this was found up somebody's rectum in the hospital. A vibrator and a pair of salad tongs. I leave it up to your imagination, Rob. What do you think happened there?
Alex, it's quite clear what happened there. Someone got a vibrator stuck up their arse and then tried to retrieve it and then made the situation immeasurably worse.
But yes, they tried to remove it with a pair of salad tongs, but lost those up there too. Live ammunition, Rob. How about that?
That's more baffling.
Okay, a London World War II veteran was plagued with terrible hemorrhoids, so he used a live artillery shell to push the hemorrhoids up into his rectum. One day he pushed too far, the ammunition became stuck in his anus, and when he went to the ER to get it removed, he admitted that the shell was live and could explode at any time. So, there you go.
That must have been absolutely fucking terrifying.
A peanut butter jar, Rob.
Yeah, okay.
A bottle of perfume, a ringing cell phone, a pint glass.
See, I can't help thinking that if someone's put a pint glass up there, that's not the first time you've inserted something into your arsehole.
Easy,
because
Rob.
I feel that takes practice.
Yeah, a flashlight, and lastly, Rob, a cement enema. Basically, during a kinky sex session, two men decided to try something new. One man lay down and the other man poured liquid cement into his rectum using a funnel. The cement didn't stay liquid for long, and when it hardened, it became a huge mass of cement that had to be surgically removed. I'm looking at a picture of it now.
I'm sorry. You've heard the Darwin Awards, right? People who die through misadventure.
Yeah.
These are the kind of people that should have passed away. What? Why? I don't care how kinky your sex is getting. Why would you agree to let someone pour liquid concrete into your rectum? I'm sorry, listeners. I realised that last sentence wasn't particularly Christmas themed.
It really is a family friendly episode as always, Rob. Okay, Rob, I feel that we've got already quite deep into this episode without any real hint of Christmas. So I hope you're going to bring us a bit of that festive cheer with your stories, Rob. Of
course, Alex. I'm going to pull it back on topic. So, as always, we feature our obligatory story from the Daily Mirror. The story is from the 16th of December, so very topical. The story is by Toby Mages. I think that's it. Close enough. And the headline: Woman's X-rated Christmas lights display on roof leaves neighbours stunned.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. Is this by design or by accident?
No, this is purely intentional.
Okay, let's hear it.
A woman who left an X-rated Christmas light display on her roof of the family home claims her neighbours loved it. Selby Gash, which I think is a very unfortunate name.
Whoa. Her name is Selby Gash.
Selby
Gash.
Is
it a porn name or a real name?
No, her real name.
Gash.
Gash, yes.
Right.
Okay. And can I just say, by the way, I suspect this story may not have been featured if she wasn't a very attractive woman. By the way, just want to throw that in there. So if you do want to go to the page, have a look. So Selby Gash.
I'm doing it now. Give me a second.
Oh, sorry.
How do you spell Selby?
Sorry, Shelby, not Selby. Shelby, as in the car. So Shelby.
What car?
Shelby Cobra.
Oh, is this the woman from Kansas?
Yeah.
Right.
I think her picture's halfway down. I think she has a chameleon on her shoulder. Is it a chameleon?
She
No,
does.
it's a
She does
dragon.
indeed.
Komodo
Yes.
dragon? I don't know what that is.
Okay, right. Read the story, Rob.
So, Shelby Gash defended the giant penis she placed on her house in Kansas. In
And
the
I've seen a
USA.
picture of it, and it is a giant penis.
Yes, there's no mistaking it. After it was reported the stunt had left people furious. The 28-year-old said
Hang on a minute, Rob. It would, wouldn't it? I mean, this woman is looking for attention. That is just antisocial. Christmas is a family-themed celebration.
maybe she's Alex. We don't know. Maybe she was having a hard year and just wanted to display her dissatisfaction with the way that her life was turning out, and this is the only way she could do it.
There are other ways of doing that, Rob.
True. Yeah. Well, like a cock on the door or something like that. Vagina in the window.
Maybe.
The 28-year-old says she put up the display as a joke after getting permission from her dad. Shortly after the display was erected, Marcio Vergara, again, great name.
And good. Well, not really pun, but just good word. Use of words in that. After the display was erected.
Yeah. So Marcio Vergara told WDAF TV it was certainly a statement, adding that it was probably not appropriate for the neighbourhood. Which is really playing it down, which I appreciate. His wife Christy argued the display was not appropriate for young children, but Shelby took to Facebook to say the response has been mostly positive. I've never got a personal complaint. I've had tons of neighbours reach out to say they love it.
Sorry. Who's gonna reach out and say I love the cock on your roof?
Alex, it's a friendly neighbourhood joke. For fuck's sake, get in the Christmas spirit.
What is the joke? Can you explain it to me?
It's a Christmas phallus. What's the problem?
Right.
The neighbours that were interviewed on the news came to my house and chuckled with me, and they got a very kind card.
A Christmas cock.
Yeah.
Well, I should just say, Rob, I don't know if you've received my Christmas card yet, but I did receive your Christmas card. I want to thank you for it live on air.
Yeah.
But the problem with your Christmas card is, and it is a genuine problem, is you can't really put it up. Because Rob sent me a card that just has the words on it, Christmas Yule log, and a picture of a turd, basically, on it. So who's going to put that up in their home? It looks like a piece of shit, because it is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and did you get your card yet?
It hasn't arrived yet, no.
Really? Okay, well, it should be with you imminently, and I think you'll find a more wholesome Christmas-themed message on mine, and I mean that genuinely.
That's disappointing, Alex, I'll be honest with that. So, earlier this month,
Rob, there's a time for jokes, and Christmas is not it.
Yeah. So, earlier this month, Shelby has shared a picture on Facebook with the caption, "Sorry neighbours, I felt I needed to make a giant dick on the roof. 'Tis the season."
Why didn't she just do a nice picture of Trump in Christmas lights then?
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, I can't disagree
If
with
she'd done him next to a cock, then I would have said, fair dues.
Yeah.
But she didn't. It's just a penis.
Just a penis. Just a massive, massive penis. So my second story is from the Manchester Evening News. It is from, again, the 16th of December by, again, it's a jointly written article by Jessica Cripps and Simon Smith. And the headline: the school nativity angel who gave the audience the middle finger for 20 minutes.
So, I'm spotting a theme in your stories here, Rob, which is basically obscene gestures on Christmas.
Yeah, what's wrong with that, Alex?
What is happening to our society? Okay, I'll hear about this nativity. Come on.
I think we just need some
Were
brevity.
you ever in a nativity, Rob? And if so, what were you?
I was a nativity, and well, hang on, was I? I have been in nativities, but I can't actually remember what I played. However, I do remember that in my first year of secondary school, when I was in year 7, singing at the local parish church Little Donkey. It was a solo, which apparently brought tears to the eye.
I'm sure it did. I really think, Rob, you would have been the innkeeper.
Well, I feel there's an insult in there somewhere.
No, there isn't. You are the quintessential innkeeper, Rob. Listen, as I recall, there was once a big nativity thing. Well, I mean, it was every year, but what I remember is when I was in year 5 or year 6 of my primary school, and there's a video recording of this somewhere, and I was master of ceremonies for the event.
I mean, that's not a thing.
It was a huge thing because I had to keep coming out and introducing the acts.
Oh, okay. I stand corrected. I mean, yeah, okay. No, that's obviously.
I was like the Les Dennis of the Raw Variety Performance sort of role,
That's not something to be proud of, I don't think.
No, it isn't.
Can I just say, by the way, I heard an interview with Les Dennis very recently, and he just seems like a genuinely nice guy.
Everybody says this,
Yeah.
He's apparently a really nice bloke.
He seems very down to earth. He talked about his career. He talked about his failings, and he just seemed very genuine. Anyway, by the by.
Yes.
So all I want to say is, Merry Christmas, Les Dennis.
Merry Christmas, Les Dennis.
If you're listening.
That could be the episode title. Merry Christmas, Les Dennis. I really like it.
Oh yes, please. Yes, please.
We really hope that whatever happens now or in the rest of your career, you never, ever, 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 ever think of going on Noel Edmonds' Pontins Challenge. Which I really hope somebody listens to this podcast and just makes, because it is a brilliant show. I'd watch it.
I have to say, Les Dennis, I think we have a realistic chance of getting on the podcast. I think if the money was right, I'm sure he would do it.
Yep.
It's like Dave Benson Phillips. I'm sure for about 50 quid he would do it. Anyway, that's by the by.
Bit
anyway,
demeaning, but never mind.
Yeah, it's probably true. So, this angelic little girl spent her first nativity flipping her middle finger at the audience in a bid to show her mum her poorly finger.
Oh, right. So she wasn't doing it to be deliberately...
I don't think so, no.
No, okay.
Can I just also say, to local news stories, if you're going to use a picture of the mother, who obviously, again, is a very attractive young lady...
What's the headline?
Hang on. School nativity angel who gave audience the middle finger. But so basically, they've included one of these photographs, which I'm sure they've pulled from probably her Instagram of her taking a selfie, and she's a good-looking girl.
But everybody's attractive on Instagram, Rob. They're all lies.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there's a picture of her holding her daughter, and I think she has very pretty eyes.
That's very true, actually, Rob. But to be fair, your Instagram picture, I mean, you look hot, and in real life, you're the innkeeper.
More the stable, I think you'll find.
You're the stable sweeper. Yeah.
I just said the stable itself.
Oh, right, you are the stable, yeah.
So,
anyway.
Carla Bovingdon claims her daughter, Ella Legg, that's confusing, spent at least 20 minutes of the half-hour performance waving her middle finger at her mum on Tuesday.
Probably protesting about her name. Who the hell called somebody Ella Legg?
I mean, that's her whole... so it's Ella Legg. And it's not
a poor name, right?
I know, Alex, yeah. But, Ella's a nice name, I think. Legg is...
Ella's a beautiful name. I haven't got a problem with that. It's just a surname Legg.
Yeah, fair enough.
Issue with.
Yeah, well, I'm sure she can't...
There's a lot of L's in that name. There's too many L's, Rob.
Yeah, well, taking it with her.
It's confusing.
Hilarious photos show the 5-year-old dressed as an angel standing in the middle of the school nativity play, looking downcast and clutching her arm as she flips the bird at the audience.
I've seen it, and she is doing that.
There's no mistaking that. And also, at one stage, she was obviously doing it on both hands, which is even more funny. But then that kind of makes me question whether she actually had a sore finger, or maybe just saw the funny side. So in another photo, little Ella even brings up the middle finger to compare her hands, hilariously unaware that she was mocking Eminem's iconic but controversial pose. I don't think she was... I
don't think that originated with Eminem either, by the way,
no.
but nevertheless.
No, I agree. So Carla, 33, who's a mum, claims a little girl had just had a hangnail on her finger, but has been so concerned she'd been desperate to show her mum what was wrong by whatever means possible.
For that, just for that, she deserves never to be in the nativity again. You need to understand, when you're taking part in a live performance, look at me, Rob. I'm recording today, and I feel absolutely terrible, but I'm not. This girl didn't need to advertise the fact that she had a hanger on her fucking finger, or that her finger was a bit sore. You've got to continue on. So quite simply, the school should take her on the side and say, look, because of this, you're never going to be in the nativity again. Not next year, not the year after, and we're going to contact your secondary school to make sure that you're not allowed to take part in any theatrical productions as well. Your career in theatre, drama, film, performance art, any kind of thing like that is over. Happy Christmas.
Alex, I couldn't agree more. She had an integral part to play in the nativity. I mean, the angel is I think pivotal to the whole nativity story, and she cannot overcome this minor troublesome ailment, then her career in the arts is at an end.
Rob, how different would the history of humankind be if the angel hadn't been able to be present because of a sore finger? We wouldn't be here today where we are right now, Rob. All of, civilization would have turned out differently one way or another.
Yeah. And
Judeo-Christian sort of civilization, anyway.
The rest of the world probably just gone on as normal. Anyway, so the mother of three joked that her daughter was completely oblivious to her mistake, and despite mouthing at her to put her finger down, she was forced just to let her get on with it. Carla, who lives in Malden near...
I'd love if the audience started booing.
Booing a little girl at the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
If nothing
It erupted into ugly violence, Rob.
So Carla, who lives near Malden, Essex, said it was so funny because she didn't realise what she was doing. She likes to let me know when she's injured. She was basically trying to show me what she had done from across the room. It was the tiniest little hangnail as well. I'm going to leave that there and go on to my final story.
Which is not Christmas related.
No, it's not Christmas related. But
it's a bit of a downer, that, Rob, I'll be honest, because I was really getting into the spirit of Christmas. But okay. But is our listener story Christmas related?
It is, yes, it is.
Oh, thank God for that. Okay. We'll take a pause from all this relentless Christmas festivity and have a story that is... I don't know. What's it related to, Rob? Tell me.
It's a very short story, Alex, but I felt I needed to feature it nonetheless. It's from the Somerset Live. It's by...
Rob, keep talking. I'm coming straight back. I can hear you in my earphones.
Okay. It's by Stephen, although I don't think I can pronounce his surname, so let's just disregard that. It's from the 6th of December. And the headline, police investigating fight between two women in their 50s that involved broomstick.
Interesting.
I really hope you...
What listeners don't understand is I was outside of the room there while Rob was giving that. I could hear him, but I was just getting myself some water, Rob, because as you can understand, my throat is very dry.
Alex, I'm so glad you were pouring yourself some water, because when you leave the room and I can hear the sound of water being dispelled, it's quite disturbing.
Right. Well, that was a quick hand shandy as well, Rob.
Oh, okay, right. So, police are investigating a fight between two women in their 50s in which a broomstick was reportedly used.
Bloody hell.
I mean, it's a broomstick, Alex. It's not like it's a samurai sword.
Well, you could do a lot of damage with a broomstick, Rob.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
You could beat somebody to death with a broomstick, Rob, if you wanted to.
Yeah, I think it'll take some time, though.
It would, maybe, yeah, but it would.
I mean, there's no indication of that in this story.
I'm just saying.
It's just a friendly fight between two women in their 50s, which may or may not have involved a broomstick.
Okay.
The altercation took place in North Allington, near Bridport in Dorset, around 5 p.m. on Sunday, December
Dorset?
1st. Yeah, in Dorset. Yeah, so it took place around 5 p.m. on Sunday, December 1st, between the pair, who are known to each other, according to police. Police are appealing for anyone with any information to come forward. And we'll leave that there. Well, there's a quote from Bridport Police, but yeah, there's no more information.
What I love is that they're already known to them. It sounds that this is a running sort of thing.
This does sound like this has been escalating over time. So it started off, I don't know, low scale, like a dustpan and brush, moved up to maybe I don't know, a rake. Although I think possibly a rake would be worse than a broomstick. So something in between, maybe a trowel. A trowel in between that.
Oof, do a lot of damage with a trowel, Rob.
Yeah, you could. Maybe some shears. I mean, again, that's quite lethal. But then it's obviously escalated to a broomstick.
And beyond that, I mean, the mind boggles, Rob.
Yeah, absolutely.
A hedge trimmer.
That Alex, you're talking about possibly losing a limb at this stage.
Okay, Rob, I've got a story here from Stoke, from the Stoke-on-Trent Live, which has put a little Christmas hat over the V and E of the word live to get into the Christmas spirit.
Can I just say that every regional variation of the live websites, Somerset, Gloucestershire, Essex, etc., has done exactly the same, including the one I'm going to feature.
I reckon that would have been months in the making, Rob, that. What a brilliant initiative.
Yeah.
Well, this is by... Is it by anybody? No, it's by nobody. Literally nobody. It's by Stoke-on-Trent Live. Faceless person. 17th of December 2019. This burglar has bath and goes to bed after moving into Stoke-on-Trent home he burgled.
Hang on, that's not a burglar, that's a squatter.
Well, he doesn't move in, so I don't know why they put that in the headline.
I see, right.
Sleeping burglar Adam Reynolds was rumbled after being caught having a kip in the house he had broken into.
Brilliant.
The 30-year-old who was high on monkey dust.
Sorry. What the fuck is monkey dust?
when I don't know either, but I did really feel like I was reading. I felt like the chief news reporter on the Day Today.
I was about to say that sounds like a Brass Eye special.
So the 30-year-old who was high on monkey dust had treated himself to food, Rob, a soak in the bath, and asleep in one of the beds after breaking into the property. Who the fuck burgles a house and has a bath?
I mean, Alex, someone high on monkey dust, that's who.
Oh, yeah. This really is, to me, a modern-day retelling of Goldilocks.
Yeah, no, I can't disagree with that.
Am I wrong in thinking, unless I've sort of misremembered the story, that she does commit burglary, essentially? I mean, she does break and enter, doesn't she?
She does, absolutely, yeah. She eats
I'm not sure. Porridge.
There's no indication she breaks
bed.
in. Yeah, that is true, but there's no indication it's a forced entry.
No, but she's still a criminal, Rob.
Into the bears or the house. Yeah, she is still a criminal, Alex. Yeah, she's still trespassing, nevertheless.
I'm not sure why I was told that story then, because it just seemed to make, normalise the idea that you just walk into somebody's house, eat their porridge, sleep in their bed. Is that the story? Have I forgotten it? What was the story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears?
That's right. Yeah, no, that is right.
What happens? Give me the overview.
Well, exactly that. Goldilocks, I think, is walking through the forest, stumbles across his house, and obviously because of the lengthy walk into the forest, decides to enter and helps herself to the porridge, which obviously one is too hot, one is too cold, one is just right.
You're exactly right so far, Rob. You're exactly right.
Yeah,
keep going.
Proceeds up to the bedroom to take a sleep in the bed, but one is too hard, one is too soft.
I believe it was a bungalow, Rob, so I don't think there was stairs.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, makes her way to the bedroom.
In the version I read.
Yeah, makes her way to the bedroom. One bed is too soft, one bed is too hard, the other bed is just right, in which she forced to sleep, and then is woken by the returning bear family, who then tears her to shreds and eats her.
Yeah, that bit doesn't happen, but she does wake up and then just runs away. I don't really understand what the moral of the story is.
But Alex, a lot of fairy tales don't make a lot of sense. I mean, what about Hansel and Gretel with a gingerbread house who then get eaten by the witch?
Well, apparently one of the themes in the story is how your actions might hurt others. For example, the concept of trespassing. So maybe it was meant to teach not to trespass and not to be selfish. I never really got that. I must admit.
No.
And nor did this man, Rob, because this is essentially what he has done. He took a bath, he ate their food, he slept in their bed, and he was discovered by a stunned relative who'd let himself into his late mother-in-law's house. Reynolds fled on a bike before being arrested nearby. He's been jailed for 8 months. The relative was alerted to the break-in on October the 12th, and Reynolds had already stolen a television. How the fuck do you ride off on a bike with a television?
I mean, that's a skill. I imagine this man has previous convictions, but that is... Although if it's a flat screen, you could just put it under your arm.
Well, prosecutor Paul Spratt said the man found entry had been gained through the back door.
That makes sense. Right.
There had been some disturbance. A television was missing, and a nest of tables was on the kitchen work surface. The man did not realise anybody was in there, but the defendant was upstairs in the bed previously used by his mother-in-law. The defendant had ingested something. He made no sense at all. The man stepped outside to call the police. The defendant left on a bicycle and was arrested shortly after, and he pleaded guilty to burglary. And Stuart Muldoon, mitigating, said the offence was, in quotes, Rob, born out of desperation, exacerbated by the use of monkey dust. And can I just say, Rob, that desperation, exacerbated by the use of monkey dust is a very, 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 very good episode title.
Yeah, it is.
It's how we all feel, I think, over Christmas, and I will be using monkey dust myself to get through it. Apparently, he was homeless at the time, Rob. Yeah.
Which is a real shame because he's going to, especially with the Christmas coming up, there's going to be a lot of good things on TV. So, he's not going to be able to really sit down and enjoy that television he stole.
Okay, Rob, it is time for our Christmas listener story of the week, of the year, I guess. This will be the only one. Was the listener story we had last week Christmas themed? I think it was. Yes, it was, definitely.
Was it?
Because we had Christmas music underneath it, so yes, it was. So it isn't the first, It's actually the second. But never mind. Look, it's a fucking listener story. Who's it from?
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's the Advent Calendar. Anyway, right. Was the Advent Calendar? Doesn't matter. So, can I just say, Amy is on a roll. This is her 3rd week having stories featured. And if anyone goes to the Facebook... what am I trying to say? The LA podcast group page on Facebook. she is just knocking it out the park. The amount of stories she has submitted in the past 2 months is extraordinary. Anyway, this is one of hers.
Have you got a backlog? Have you got a backlog of them, Rob?
Yeah, I think there might be the listener episode coming up.
Maybe we need to, but maybe we should read. Maybe we should collect them together and do an Amy special.
I think that honestly, I think there's probably enough stories to do that.
Well, that'd be nice, and a nice tribute to her, because she has been an amazing listener over the last few months in terms of what she submitted and her contributions to the worthy endeavour that is this podcast.
Okay, well, let's talk over Christmas and see if for the first episode of the new year we can make an Amy special.
I don't want to speak over Christmas, but yeah.
Fine. Yeah, okay.
I'm very good.
No, you're not. I know that. It's fine. Anyway.
I'm going to be too high on monkey dust, Rob.
You'll be tripping your tits off.
That won't make any sense.
Okay, so this is from the Whole Live website. It's by Nathan Standley. It's from the 5th of December. Christmas is cancelled, which is very strange.
We had that last week.
We had that last week.
Yeah, calendar.
Yeah, it is a different headline. Christmas is cancelled for unlucky hole man who made a big mistake.
Can I just say, I love the phrase "unlucky hole man."
Yeah, because but then it doesn't really specify, because I can imagine there's a lot of unlucky men in Hull.
I'd like to see that in the credits of like an ITV drama.
What? That's
unlucky hole man played by.
Yeah, no, that'd be great.
Or I'd love it if they just included it in every credit just for a jape until somebody noticed. Every show on ITV, they just put that on the credit somewhere. They bury it in there until somebody notices. Says, who the fuck is Unlucky Hole Man?
But why stop there? Why not actually just have someone in a whole city shirt just sitting in the back in the background of every shot? Yeah, but no explanation as to why he's there.
No.
Anyway, an East Hull man has said Christmas is cancelled after he stripped his living room bare, ready for the council repairs a month early.
Sorry, ready for the what? Okay, I'll hear this. Did you say council repairs?
Yes, council repairs.
A month early? Well, how did he get confused? Christmas is in December, mate.
Well, he thought it was the second. It was the 2nd of December. It turns out it's the 2nd of January.
Right, okay, let's hear this then.
So Terry Molchinnock thought work was
that
starting.
That had to be his name. His first name had to be Terry, by the way. I just need to say that.
Yeah, it does. I also think you see a picture of him, because there's some. You remember the fantastic picture of the woman, which is also from the Whole Live, the woman whose sofa had been delayed.
Yep.
And she was standing in a living room with her arms crossed, with
one of my favourite stories, Rob.
Yeah. So
I'm looking at him now because I do want to see it, and I've got it up now. He is the unlucky hole man. Man, Rob, this man looks like a bauble come to life.
I mean,
really.
Who on earth told him to sit down at that table as if he was waiting for his Christmas meal? Yeah. Because that seems unfair.
Anyway.
Terry Molchinnock thought work would start on his home's damaged walls on Monday, but it was only after removing everything, including the fireplace, that he realised it was actually scheduled for January.
Just because this man is known as the unlucky hull man, we have to assume that his walls were damaged through an act of misfortune.
Yes, absolutely. But what would it be? What has he done to those walls that meant they had to be repaired?
He was trying very hard, Rob, to pull a pint glass out of his arse, which again had gone up there through an act of misadventure. And as he was pulling it, his hand and elbow whacked against the wall. It's one of those kind of paper-thin walls, and just went straight through it. And now it needs repair.
Just comes off. Yeah, fine. That makes perfect sense.
And the pint glass thing happened when he sat down in the wrong place in a pub.
Yeah, or so he claims. So the fiasco started when workers failed to turn up as expected at the 58-year-old man's home. Terry contacted the whole city council and was told the workers must just be late. But after ringing again later on... So
he completely stripped his living room. There's no Christmas tree, there's no TV, there's no couch, there's nothing. It's just a bare room.
But I don't know. He also said he took the fireplace out. Now, unless they've said to him they're going to replace the fireplace, has he just done this of his own accord?
Yeah, and Santa's... You're not going to get gifts if you take the fireplace out, mate. Santa relies on that. That's why everybody knows people in flats don't get presents.
No, exactly. Plus their lifestyle choices. Which is a joke, by the way, just to make that absolutely clear.
It's a Tory joke, isn't it, Rob?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is a season. But after ringing again later on, he said the council told him the work was actually booked in for the 2nd of January, not the 2nd of December, as he had thought. I'm devastated, he said, turning to the whole live to complain. It's shocking. I'm just in limbo. It's as simple as that.
So did he just not read the letter properly, or did they give him the incorrect information?
There's no indication. I suspect that he's just misread it. If they have given him a letter, I don't know. Terry insisted that he'd been told to expect the workers to arrive at his house in St John's Grove on Monday and carry out the repairs over 2 days. But a spokeswoman from the council said the appointment was actually scheduled for January 2nd and 3rd next year, and that it had never been arranged for a different time. They apologised for the misunderstanding, but said they would not be able to bring the appointment forward. So he's just going to have to sit in his shitty living room.
Can't he just put everything back?
What? Put the wallpaper back up?
Well, I don't know. What the furniture at the very least. What I imagine is because he is the unlucky Hull man. When he was doing this, Rob, he temporarily put the stuff out on the street, but somebody nicked it all, including his fireplace.
Yeah, literally within minutes of placing it outside his front door, that it had gone.
Yeah.
He said he was planning on spending Christmas at home this year, but now he would have to go somewhere else, saying it was pointless to reassemble the room before having to ready it for the work again in a few weeks' time.
It would be stupid to put the wallpaper up, especially.
Yeah. After calling the council on Monday, he said he was told he would receive a call to update him on the situation, but has still not heard anything by Tuesday afternoon. I'm sat in my living room with no furniture, and I've still not heard back. Which is really sad. I suffer from depression. I just can't motivate myself, and now I've got to live like this until January.
Well, thanks for that, Rob. Fucking hell, way to downbeat it. Jesus, I now feel really sorry for this guy. Maybe one of us should invite him over for Christmas dinner, Rob.
Yeah, take some monkey dust and really cheer him up.
Okay. Well, look, we are going to spell out the episode according to a theme in a minute, and before we do that, Rob, this does bring the last episode of I can't believe I'm saying this, the last episode of 2019, Rob, to a close.
It is incredible, and also what's I think even more astounding is obviously after this episode we are 3 episodes away from the big 300. We are so close to now.
So close we can almost touch it, Rob. As we move ever more forward, Rob, like a woman eloping with her lover away from her miserable husband who won't give her eggs as she demands them. And I'm talking about like eggs from a bird, not like sort of eggs related to fertility. I'm talking about actual eggs, like chicken eggs, I assume. As she elopes with her lover, Rob, who does quite happily let her dip all the soldiers she wants into runny yolk. Gives her all the fried eggs, all the scrambled eggs she wants, all the poached eggs she wants, Rob. And and I don't know how many eggs you've got to eat until you're sick, but I can't imagine it's many.
Do you think that maybe the eggs have become an integral part of their sex games? Do you know what I mean? So, she's lying there naked with like 2 fried eggs over her breast, maybe some scrambled egg in her belly button.
An enduring Christmas image from Rob. Just like that, we move ever more forward to our next episode, which will be 298.
298,
yes. Yeah. And you know where we are. We're on the website, lapodcast.net. We're on Twitter at LA Podcast. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/LA Podcast. On our website, there's a donate button. If you want to leave us a Christmas tip or a donation, do that. Help support the worthy cause that is this podcast. We're on Spotify. Subscribe to us on your podcast app. Leave us a review. Do all that great stuff. Keep listening. Keep submitting stories. You want to be featured, send it to lapodcast.net@gmail.com. lapodcast.net@gmail.com. And Rob, I said we are going to use these themes that listeners have submitted to spell out the word anaesthetic, but not today, Rob, because surely you will be able to guess my idea for a theme after hearing my stories. What would my idea for a theme be, Rob?
Is it types of egg?
No. Things that might get stuck up somebody's rectum.
Oh, brilliant! Yes, that's a great one. Alex, can I also ask, are we singing?
No.
Oh, what? I mean, the listeners love us singing carols.
Oh, well, unless you've prepared something, Rob.
No.
Right, well, there you go.
Okay, fine.
I've got I don't know what the carol would be. Listen, I'm going to start, Rob, with A. Albatross.
Lovely, absolutely.
In brackets, Rob, dead.
Well, you'd hope so. Well, I'm going to keep it festive, Alex, and I think at this time of year, I think it's only...
Should we do that then? Festive objects you might find at somebody's only.
Yes, I think it needs to be.
Okay, A, an albatross in a Santa hat.
Lovely. N, it has to be Nutcracker.
What's next? Is it A again?
It is A again, yeah, as always.
Aardvark. It's got nothing to do with Christmas, but that's all I can think of, Rob.
Okay. Well, E. I mean, there's been obviously it's been quite an egg-heavy episode, so it's going to have to be a bottle of eggnog, rammed right up.
Fucking hell, mate. What's after this? Is it S?
S. Yes. S.
Santa Claus, all of him.
Okay. Interesting. T. Well, there's only one thing. It's going to be a tree. It's going to hurt, but you're going to enjoy it.
Could be a bonsai, which might be more manageable.
Could be a bonsai. Yeah.
H.
But do you want to waste that kind of money on a bonsai? I mean, surely you just want to get like a fern up there.
H. Holly, Rob. A nice sprig of holly.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, no, that's good.
That would
E,
hurt, Rob. That would really hurt.
Oh yeah, it would. Yeah,
severe
without a
damage.
doubt. Yeah. E. Well, it's well, E. Why is E?
By the way, I was
difficult?
talking about holly, the plant, not Holly Willoughby. I just want to be clear about that.
Either way, it's going to be enjoyable. E. Well. Why when I come to E, the only two things I can ever think of are elephants and eggs.
I don't
There's
know.
more things. There are more things beginning with E.
There are lots of things beginning with E.
I know. Okay.
Go on.
A pair of festive earrings. Those novelty earrings that have flashing Christmas trees inserted into your rectum.
Really, we're just naming anything we can think of. It's got nothing to do with these. Should be things that could realistically, I think, be inserted. I don't believe earrings or any of the ones that I've chosen so far are realistic. But
Alex,
never mind.
A pint glass should not realistically be shoved into your anus.
Well, Rob, we've all got to keep our pint glasses somewhere. Look, what am I on now? I don't know where I am or who I am.
You're on I.
No, we're not on I.
Yes, we are. Oh no, you're on T. Sorry. No.
You're always I. Yes. T.
You're on T.
Turkey. Full.
Of course. Yeah.
Big, full-breasted turkey, Rob.
I. Well,
stuffing us for a change. Turkey's revenge. Come on, Rob. You always struggle with I.
No, I've got it this year. So obviously the temperature is dropping, and so you want to make use of that. So why not stick a lovely icicle up your anus? An icicle up the anus.
And C has to be, of course, cranberry sauce, Rob. Full jar, nice jar of that, or you could have it, just free and neat cranberry sauce.
What a thought!
You thought I was going to go with crab, didn't you, Rob?
No, I honestly didn't.
I couldn't think of a way of shoehorning a crab into Christmas. Can I say it's a very good episode title? Shoehorning a crab into Christmas.
Can I just say, by the way, if you are thinking of inserting cranberry into your anus, please do not use yourself as a dispenser over the at the Christmas meal. It's really going to offend the relatives.
What, for crab meat? Pass the crab meat.
No, not crab meat. Cranberry.
Oh, cranberry sauce. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just realised that for S we could have had sprouts, Rob.
Oh, fucking hell! Yeah, you're right. Oh well, too late now.
A few of them.
Yeah, well, many. Yeah, maybe a whole sprig. I'm not sure what sprouts come on.
Yeah, what's the plural?
Branch?
What's the plural? Yeah, I don't know if there's a word for a group of sprouts.
Isn't it sprouts? Because surely one is the sprouts, so a pure.
No, I know what the plural of sprout
Oh.
sprout is. It's sprouts, but I wondered if there was a collective word for a group of them. But this is because
Yeah.
I'm ill, Rob. My brain isn't functioning as we wind down towards the end of 2019 and the end of this episode. Listeners will have noticed a very steady deterioration in my contributions and mental acuity, and that's okay because I'm sure back in 2020 everything will be back fully functioning, Rob.
Absolutely.
Anything else to say, Rob? Did you want to sing a carol? I mean, we've got maybe a minute.
Can we just sing a carol that everyone knows, maybe, and just what do you
I
know?
thought the whole point was we invented a new tune for a carol.
No, Alex, I think let's do something different for a change. Let's mix up the format.
Can we sing an existing carol but to a new tune that you and I make up on the spot?
Oh God. Okay, fine. Yeah, go on then. What do you know? Silent Night.
Okay, hang on. I'm still going to bring up the lyrics anyway.
Okay, I'm
if you
doing
can
the
call
same.
them lyrics. And we're going to invent a new tune as we go.
Yeah.
Hang on. So Rob and I are gonna sing you out with our version of Silent Night, which we've never consulted on before, so I've no idea what we're going to be doing.
But I think
Okay,
just
ready,
before
Rob?
we do that, let's just do this to say, listeners, have a wonderful Christmas and have a sober-ish New Year.
Yeah. Stay off the monkey dust. Okay.
Yeah.
Silent night.
Silent night, silent
Holy
night. All is calm, all is bright. Round your virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace.
That was fucking shit.
Merry Christmas,
God bless.
and keep it local.